I always just try to stay in the present moment because that's all I can control when it comes to all that type of stuff. But I mean, I do think certainly after the Gold Cup, I think things changed a little bit just in terms of the way people maybe perceive me and stuff. Because like you said, when I came into Columbus in 2023, I wasn't playing very much. I was kind of just a kid that they were trying to develop. Nobody was really sure how it would turn out. And I think now there's that sense that I'm here to work hard and I'm here to, you know, always do what I can to perform. So I definitely think that was a turning point for myself. Yeah, so right now we're going to Parceros Barbershop. Usually come here to get a cut 1 day or 2 days before every game. And yeah, just to feel fresh and get prepared for the game. I mean, it was my first time ever like living somewhere other than California. Because I grew up in Fresno, obviously. Went to college at Davis, and then I played in San Jose for 1 year. So I remember when I got drafted by Columbus, I didn't even know where Columbus was on the map. I was just like, damn. But then I've grown to like it though. The only thing I don't like is the weather, like I was telling you before. Just because in the winter it gets super cold. But like summers and fall is pretty nice. Like right now it's not bad. And I like the sports culture here a lot. Like the fans are super cool. They support us hella, so. No, I think chip on my shoulder is like the right phrase to use. I definitely have it every time I step on the field just because I just feel like my whole career I was always kind of like in an overlooked situation. Being from Fresno, there was no MLS teams nearby. Going to UC Davis, which wasn't necessarily a big soccer school, even in California really. And then having to start from the bottom with like San Jose's second team, and then like me wanting to play in San Jose, that didn't really work out. So I just feel like at every single turn I've had to face adversity. I know everyone's faced adversity, but like I do always have that chip on my shoulder just because I feel like at every single turn in my career I've had to, you know, kind of face adversity and come out on the other side. I'm never really the type of person to like be super verbal on the field and like, you know, talk crazy or whatever, but like mentally I'm always trying to go at my opponent. Like every single game I play, I try to beat my guy 1v1. Like that's like my whole goal when I start a game, and then just to get that mental edge, and that's the competitive side of me. I want to just win the battle, like win the individual battles. And I feel like I take that into whenever I play with the national team or any level. That's always what I want to do. And yeah, I feel like if I wasn't competitive or if I didn't have that chip on my shoulder, there's no way I'd be here right now in this position. I think that's the only thing that's got me to this point. Yeah, I love my Fresno soccer community. Like they've helped me so much in terms of just developing as a player. Like I was that kid who was young. Like I didn't necessarily have the MLS academies to play for or any of that, but I was that kid who would be like 15, 16 playing like at the parks in Fresno with all the older guys who were like 20, 21, 22, who were just starting their pro career. Like I feel like I grew a lot just from that, you know, being exposed to just playing with older players and the physicality and all that stuff. So I'm super grateful for that. Like there were some, like when I went to UC Davis, Quincy Amarikwa went there and he played in MLS. So like that for me, like that was like when I got to UC Davis and like I found out he went there, I was like, all right, it's possible. Like that's like all I needed to like be like, it's possible. Like there's no excuse now because someone from where I'm from has done it. You know what I mean? So if I could be that person for like other people in my hometown, like I think that'd be cool. Hermano, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I used to have like long hair, kinda, when I was in high school. Like low key, yeah, pretty long. So then I just like cut it, and I've never really worn it like short, really. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of just do whatever I'm feeling.
I guess we'll start with the summer. Like any specific memories?
I think just in general getting super close with all the guys. I mean, I feel like people don't realize we're with each other like almost 24/7 for the whole summer basically. So it's a lot of time to get, cool with guys that you didn't necessarily know, or that maybe they play in Europe or different teams around the league. So I think it was just super cool to get to know everybody. Like maybe I didn't really know them, or how they got to where they got and all that stuff. So I mean, one moment in particular that was kind of funny was, I think we were in Minnesota. It was around the time we played Costa Rica. We had like a free night, and Walker Zimmerman did this like trivia night with 4 guys, and they were asking them like pretty easy questions, but some of the guys struggled, and I don't know, it was just really funny like to be with everybody and kind of just like build that team camaraderie off the field. I think it's super important, and sometimes with national team you don't get a lot of time to like build that because it's so quick, but Gold Cup was an opportunity for all of us to build that and get super close. And then in terms of the actual footy, like for me the Mexico game was, I'll never forget that game. Even though we lost, just growing up as a young American kid, like I'm sure you guys feel the same, watching USA Mexico is like you always watch that game just because of the rivalry, and I definitely felt that energy in that game. And yeah, those memories I'll never forget. Obviously, it's definitely a dream of mine playing the World Cup. I mean, it has been my dream since I started playing, and especially in the United States too. Like it being here is crazy, but for me, I just, like I said, try to approach every game the same way. Just try to, like I said, it starts with like taking care of what I do individually, beating my guy, providing service, trying to get goals and assists, helping my team win. I feel like if I can do that on a consistent basis, then the rest will follow. But just trying to stay present and take care of what I need to take care of. Yeah, I mean, I think I really like being outside. I like being in the sun just because, I mean, we don't get like too much sunshine here, and I'm used to it in California. So anytime it is a nice day here, I try to like go on walks. I like ski out a mile, or sometimes I'll play pickleball with my friends. I enjoy being outside, and in terms of like essentials on game day, just trying to calm my mind and take my mind away from it as much as possible. I like reading. Sometimes hop on Xbox with the homies back home. So just little things like to not always be thinking about footy, you know what I mean? But yeah, just to ease my mind sometimes. I just like reading like different perspectives of people and like autobiographies from athletes or successful people really. Just trying to take anything I can like, because obviously like when you read, you're not gonna grasp on everything, but if I could take just like one thing from a successful person and try to, see how I could apply it to my life, I feel like that's always pretty fun to do.
The 2024 CONCACAF, or to catapult you to the semis, you're winning PK. Having that moment,
Yeah.
did that catapult you a little bit too internally?
Honestly, yeah. I think whether I even realized it or not, subconsciously it did. It's crazy because I did not know what was going to happen in that game. Like I was on the bench, I didn't really expect to play or didn't know, and then I just remember like being thrown into being the 5th PK taker. I was like, how did we go from on the bench to this? But yeah, that was a sick moment, honestly. I'll never forget that. I definitely feel like that was my first big way I contributed to the team, in an important moment like that. And like I said, I didn't really think about it too much after, just because I always feel like PKs, anything can happen, but at the same time, subconsciously, I did feel good about it. And I feel like it helped me gain confidence, and I feel like from there on is when I started playing regularly for Columbus. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that was for sure a turning moment, and it was nice to do it in front of those Tigres fans too. Like that was cool. I think in that specific moment against Tigres, like it was the same thing. I felt like I had nothing to lose really, because like I wasn't playing a lot before that. I was like nothing to lose, everything to gain. Like for some reason I wasn't nervous. It's hard to explain. Like I just wasn't nervous. I was kind of in a mind state of like I'm here. Like let's do it. You know what I mean? And I didn't switch my side. And yeah, then it just went in, and I didn't think too much about it. And then like I saw all my guys running over. I was like, oh yeah, like this is cool. So.
If you had to rank like the top 5 moments in your career so far, like
I think one is scoring my first goal for the U.S. I think that's for sure number 1. Just because of the way the game went as well. It was a crazy up and down game, and we were able to win, and just being able to score for the U.S., like that was a crazy day. So that's definitely up there. I think winning Leagues Cup is up there, just because that was like the first, like in 2023 we won MLS Cup, but like you said before, I wasn't a big part of it. Leagues Cup, I was a big part of it for the first time, so that's definitely up there. I also want to say my first MLS goal is up there because that was kind of a crazy story too. It was my first ever MLS game, and I subbed on for like 8 minutes and scored in my debut. So that was also a cool one. Also comes to mind right now, but hopefully there's more to come. In terms of like, there's so much more I want to accomplish, you know what I mean? So I think it's a good mix, but I feel like if you want to be a successful athlete, you have to have some sort of like high level of self-belief, or else it's not going to work. So I definitely have that, but like I said, like I'm always striving for the next thing. That's just always how I am. Like whenever I achieve something, it's like amazing and it feels really good for like a day or two, and then I'm already thinking about the next thing. That's just how I feel like my brain works. But the next thing for me is finish the season strong with Columbus. Take it game by game, but like I'm definitely trying to make the World Cup squad. Like that's the big goal for me for the next year, and like I'm not afraid to say it. It's something I'm striving for, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there.